All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Vigil Agency weekly team call. So, real quick, I'm going to show this. I'm going to share my screen. And the reason I'm sharing this, guys, is just so you guys can see the accountability, right? If we don't rule ourselves by a calendar in this business, we will never succeed in this business, right? So, make sure you have all your time blocking done. Um, and you can see how we do it here as well within our own agency. I haven't turned on the recruiting since, or I turned off the recruiting, turned it on for an hour this morning, and it fully booked um, Thursday morning and most of Thursday afternoon, and then even part of Friday. So I'll turn it on again maybe tomorrow morning, and it'll fill up the rest of Friday and probably Saturday since Richard is doing interviews on Saturday now. So speaking of interviews, guys, I posted something in the team chat the other day. If you want to be on the recruiting platform, pretty straightforward. We're going to change it to where it's not just a half day or whatever. It'll be production based, right? So if you have between 2,500 and 5,000, you can do 4 hours or 2 hours, and you can see the breakdown on there. There is an initial fee. It's 207, and that's so you can have your own Calendly link that is attached to the round robin. So what does that mean? That means based on your availability and what you have put in the calendar, um, the the way the interviews will be scheduled will be based on your calendar and they'll go directly to your Zoom room. So I don't have to transfer. Like right now, Brenda, Richard, and um, Matt have I've transferred the interviews directly. I've added them to my personal Zoom room into the calendar so they could see it. This way they would schedule directly on your calendar so you guys have more control being able to see those types of things as well. So speaking of that, I did want to show you this as well. You guys see my screen? Yeah.
Yep.
So on Opt, right now in Opt, there are 338 recruiting leads, and they're all the half off leads. You can see that there. Recruiting leads are 750 a piece for unlicensed. Okay. So right now the average is about 16 interviews per appointment slot, right? So 16 interviews times 750 is $120, right? So if you do that times four, that's 480 for the month. And granted, guys, these aren't even people that are on your schedule. What we're guaranteeing with what we're doing is these people have read the job description, they've watched the video, and they've booked an appointment and are scheduled for an interview. And with the way what we're showing right now, we have a 40% show rate. Okay. So after you pay your 207 for your initial fee and then the 250 per month, and that doesn't change whether you are allowed 16 hours of interviews or you're allowed 2 hours interviews, right? It's the same across the board. And the reason that is to allow you to have more time for production. Um, 250 is 250, right? So $480, and you still have to schedule your interviews, right? So that would be 64 interviews. You're paying $480 with Symmetry. You're paying 250 to us, and we're doing all the legwork for you. I can let Brenda speak for how simple it is for her, but like this morning, there was 8 interviews on the calendar this morning. One of them rescheduled for Thursday. 5 out of 7 showed up, and she extended an invitation to 4 and probably one more, depending on the conversation that she has with her significant other. So the system is working, guys, and I just want you guys to know that. So when it comes to leads, the other thing I wanted to show you, and I shared it this morning, um, in Opt this morning, if you go back to mortgage protection, when you're in Opt, it'll pull up your resident state or your home state, however they have it set up initially. But if you click on that and you click on United States, you can literally see all the leads that are in Opt at the moment. So let me pull this up. And for those of you guys that are above 95%, you'll be able to see leads like the MIG, MIF, CIG, CIF, right? But you won't be able to purchase them. It'll still show you what's in the inventory, and that's good for anyone that's growing a team so you can actually see what's in inventory. So this morning when I logged in, there was 7,200 leads in the United States. By the time that I decided to take a screenshot and share that in WhatsApp with you guys, there was only 5,700. And now you can see that there's only 2,400. And most of those are going to fall in the external leads or the CIBs and CICs. You can see like Georgia has 102 CICs, and those ones run 625, and the CIBs, those ones run 1375. So there's still plenty of inventory in there for those of you guys that may not have enough resources right now. So that is how you purchase leads directly through Opt. The other thing that I wanted to share was lead stream. So this is how you purchase a standing lead order now. If you go to this top corner up here and you got the
We can't
waffle,
see your screen.
you can't see my screen?
No.
I can.
Oh, I can't. Sorry.
So if you click on the waffle up here, anyone else not able to see the screen? Just Chuck, you good? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Um, so click on the waffle, there's lead stream, and that'll open up this, right? So we've got you can see all your lead orders here. You can see downline lead orders. So if you say that you have an order and I don't see it in there, I would be able to see if you have them in there. But it's really simple. Oh, let me see. Why is this not trying to get back to the home page of lead stream? There we go. So if you want back, okay, that's what it is. If you want to place an order, why is it not? There we go. Orders, standing lead orders, and then you choose the lead channel that you want, right? So do you want call-in, do you want digital, or do you want mail-in? Most of our training is based on mail-in, right? Mail-in or call-in from Chris League Training. So you would do that. You would click next, MIA, mail-in A leads, mail-in protection, right? So if you click on the little question mark or hover over it, it tells you that they received a letter and requested information by mail, calling in, or scanning a QR code. So there's that, and then click next. And then it'll show you all the states that you have a license in. I still have a support ticket in because it looks like I'm missing about 10 states on there because I have 19 active licenses. And then you basically place your order for how many leads you want. They do have a minimum of 5, right? And one of the recommendations that they've been making is if you want 20, let's say you want 25 leads a week, right? Break that up into 5 orders of 5. And that way you get put in the queue 5 times rather than 1 time. So those of you guys that have played fantasy football, whenever you're drafting players, right? It's like a snake draft. So you start here, you get your first lead, or you make your first selection, and then you have to wait all the way till they get to your name again before you can make your selection again, right? So this way, it's like you have multiple picks in the draft where you're able to make a pick maybe at 1, maybe at 3, maybe at 9, maybe at, the 12 spot. So when you have 5 smaller orders, you get your leads more often, and the chances of that fulfilling are much better. So just something that you guys would know there. So you select that. Then you're going to review your order, make sure that it looks good, and then you'll go ahead and attach your card, make sure that that looks good, and then you'll place your order. You can also, where is it at? It's right. Oh, when you get to the end, you can choose a start date and end date. So if you only want to place a standing lead order for 3 weeks, you could do that. If you want to do it for a month, if you want to do it for 12 weeks, you can do that as well. And it's not that difficult to stop it either. You literally just go in and you stop it in there, and then they won't charge you on your next billing cycle. Any questions on leads or lead stream?
Where do we do B lead orders for like new agents? And is there still a minimum of like 6 apps before they can get on a B lead order? Is that what I remember?
So they got rid of the B lead. So now you just go into opt and you're able to buy like MID, MIE, MIF, MIG, and that's why they're only available to that contract level or below. So 95 and below, they're the only ones that can buy those lead types.
And they're not doing SLOs for those?
They're not doing SLOs for those. Yeah.
And then
And they're
1, 2, and 3s?
I'm sorry.
But B's 1, 2, and 3s? Or A, B's, and C's are the first 3 tiers of it? Are those
MIA, MIB, and MIC. Those are the ones that you can do an SLO for. And you can do an SLO for those as soon as you do, yeah, as soon as you have at least 6 applications in, or
Okay.
as soon as your agency owner feels that you're capable of handling them, right? So what we don't want is we don't want a brand new agent to come in here and I got a ton of sales experience. And you can see, look, let's look at mine, right? So 10 leads for me is $697. But that's just because I'm at the contract level that I'm at, right? This would be more like $500 if you're or no, what would that be? 370 or something like that if you're a brand new agent, because I think they're 36.95 or 37 something. I forget the price. Um, and the prices change throughout the year. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. It's just based on the market. Um, we've seen them go down twice. We've seen them go up, I think, 5 times. It just really depends on how the mortgage rates are right now. And what we're seeing, I'm going to expect that they probably will go up. Just being fully transparent. They are working on new lead options and new lead types. Um, Chuck, I was right. They were talking to Kaboom about being one of the lead sources available for Cemetery. So it hasn't happened yet. So I want to make sure I make that clear. But they're looking at making Kaboom a approved lead vendor because they are TCPA compliant and filling that gap that we have currently. So we'll probably see a difference in price as well. So just something to think about. Doesn't mean you have to order them through Cemetery, right? It just means that there's going to be another opportunity for those to come in. All right. The other thing, let's do this one right away and get this one out of the way. I said everyone that registered for the dashboard, we put them in an entry to win $100. So I'm going to do one of two things, and I mentioned this on the accountability call with those ones this morning. If you win and you don't want and you want a website instead of the $100, I'll build you a website instead. Okay, so um, let's see. Being that Chuck was the first one to register besides Julia, because Julia was actually the first one to register. I'm going to Chuck, give me a number between 1 and 5.
3.
All right, we're gonna shuffle this 3 times and spin. So it'll be Tasha. We'll let her know. I did open it up to everyone that was in the Kimbrell Master Agency. That's why you see a lot of those other people there. And then Jim Russman, because he did reach out. He also got onto the Agent Activation Accelerator. So thank you all for getting registered for that. We'll get I'll reach out to her on that. Next thing, someone keeps asking, not someone, but a lot of agents, and this is across all the master agencies. Well, what is the system here, Michael? Like you say, follow the system, follow the system, follow the system. So this is a graphic that was made a long time ago. For the most part, this is what the system is, right? You're gonna grow yourself. You can't lead yourself until you can grow yourself, right? You're gonna get leads either weekly or daily, depending on if you're a brand new agent, you probably got to get them daily, right? Maybe 25 a day, whatever you can get while they're there. Dial until. And this is taking the pressure off of I have to make 130 dials every day, right? In order to succeed here. Dial until you hit your number of appointments set for the week or the day. So let's all pick on Chuck because Chuck is always good about it. Chuck wants to have 3 appointments a day. So he's going to dial or text until he hits his 3 appointments set for the day. And that's such a better metric than trying to say, I need to do 60 dials a day, right? Because sometimes you're going to get through 10 dials and you're going to set 3 appointments. That's just the way it is. Sometimes you'll go 3 for 3, right? And in that case, I would actually if you go 3 for 3, I would say keep going, get as many as you can until you maybe fill up the next day or two. But you also don't want to book more than 48 hours in advance. 72 is pushing it, but 48 hours in today's age and digital society, right? You want to make sure that you're not booking really past 72 hours. 48 is really and instead of getting paid, yes, it's important that we get our business issued and paid, but we can see whether it's going to be issued or paid pretty much within the first hour after it's been submitted. You're getting communication from the carrier. On this one, I say associate, okay? And I'll probably remake a graphic or something like that. But it's showing up, right? Showing up to your accountability call. Whether it's this one, the Kimbrell one, the Jim Larson one, showing up to one of them every single day, right? You're showing up for yourself. You're not showing up for me. You're not showing up for Brenda. You're not showing up for Armando. You're showing up for yourself. Two, getting on the huddles, right? There's all kinds of different huddles every single day. You don't have to get on every single one of them, but participate in them. And if you're not catching them live, catch the replays. Almost every single call that I've been on has been recorded and available for replay. And then attend the national call, right? Attend conferences, go to boot camps. Lots of opportunities for boot camps. All you got to do is click on SSG quotes, go to boot camps and events. There's a link that links to all the national ones. Real simple for you guys to do that. And then the last one is recruit and duplicate, right? And you'll hear Danny Young talk about it all the time. Get you someone. Every one of you guys needs to get you someone. Every single one of you needs to get you a running partner, okay? Get you a running partner, someone that's willing to do the business with you and grow with it, right? So that's what the system is. It's very simple, right? All right. So those were those things. And then the last one was surveys. So normally when you guys log in, there's going to be a survey there. And there's two surveys, right? The first one that happens is how effective did you manage your week? Did you show up, 100% of the time, 75% of the time? How well did you manage your time? How many appointments did you run? There's all those questions that are in there. But then there's a second one, and that one happens monthly and quarterly. The quarterly one's longer than the monthly one, but the monthly one is a check-in for me. I don't know what your answers are. They all come in as anonymous and it just becomes a score, but it helps me to lead myself. I can't help you guys, in areas that you may be struggling, and if I'm failing in a certain area, right? So it just helps everyone else. No one told me to ask you guys to do this. It was just one of those things that I did. I noticed that when I started being more detailed with my responses in those responses for my uplines, I'm getting different kind of support that I need. And it could just be mentally, like I don't know if it's really making a difference, right? But I know that when I participate in all the things and I do the things, and I do it from the heart, that more transformation is happening. So I just want to make sure you guys take care of the surveys that are popping up there for you all. And then the last one that I wanted to cover is going to be the agent activation. So if you guys are recruiting, or there's any chance that you're going to recruit, schedule some time with me to learn this system. You can see Brenda's in there, Richard's in there, myself's in there, Jetta's in there, we got Jeff Green in there running, Michael Valdez. But even if you think that you're going to do it, meet with me just so you guys understand how the system works. The system is designed to help you so you don't have to know everything. If I asked you, Chuck, right now, what does it take to go from 105 to 110? You're not going to be able to tell me that, right? Or, if you or if I asked you, hey, Chuck, what does it take to become a team leader, right? Like he may not know that off the top of his head, but if I ask Brenda, Brenda knows what it takes to get to team leader because she's actively in that moment, right? But for the average person, if they're in the system, they're going to get that messaging. Hey, Chuck, in order for you to get to team leader, you need to have 4 direct writers. One of those could be yourself, you know what I mean? And just $10,000 of issue paid business 2 months in a row, you know? But the system is going to do the heavy lifting for you. And I'm constantly updating this. So as the company evolves, we're updating and evaluating the messaging that's going out to the team. So I'm going to do some big updates on this one tonight for the entire team. We've gotten rid of the season new agent portion of that, right? So that's going to be removed completely from there. And we're going to talk more about, hey, getting leads daily, right? Are you logging into Opt? Are you doing these things? And then the last big one is let me stop share is, and we talked about this last week, is on Mondays and Fridays we're going to be integrating directly with the daily huddle. Okay, so virtualsuccessoffice.com. I'll send out the reminder so you guys don't have to worry about that. You'll get the link directly. The passcode for that one still is connect, so don't get it confused with elevate, right? But that should be changing as well. Like I said, we're meeting with that leadership team here in about 10 minutes. And the whole idea, guys, is that you guys get access to more people, right? You get to hear from other people in the industry, and it's not the same 4 or 5 people that you see every single week. The whole idea here is for you guys to succeed and grow. And I'm one individual, And some of you guys may not like the way that I teach or the way that I do something, right? And that's okay. There are plenty of other people in the entire master agency that can provide you with the insight and help that you may be looking for. They may live close to you as well. You guys might be able to meet up for coffee, you know what I mean? Or just become running buddies in general. I know like Brenda has people in New Mexico and she talks to them regularly, you know what I mean? So, um, the whole idea is for you guys to be able to connect, find that camaraderie, and associate with the people that are going to help you win. Put yourself in the best position to win. Okay. And then the new agent orientation, we will have the first combined one tomorrow. That one will be at 11 a.m. I'll send a reminder out for that tonight. So if you're a brand new agent or you want to refresh, right? Or you want to see what's being presented to new agents across the whole team, it'll be 11 o'clock, and that will be it at virtualsuccessoffice.com. Again, you'll just have to click on the link to get into the Zoom. If you're just clicking from the link, if not, you'll be able the Zoom link is in virtualsuccessoffice.com as well.
Is that
Outside of that, guys, sorry, go ahead.
11 a.m. Eastern?
Yes, sorry. 11 a.m. Eastern. It's just going to be 30 minutes. Real touch on the basics, right? Touch on the things that are going to make you money. We're just going to focus on the nuts and bolts. We're not going to get into the weeds on anything else, right? The agency handbook covers a lot of that. And guess what? Every agency owner in the Cabral Master Agency is going to be working out of the same handbook moving forward. The only difference is they're going to have their links promoting for whatever they do. So the new agent orientation will focus on the nuts and bolts, help you get a fast start and start putting money in your pocket. It's the whole reason you're here, right? You're here to make an income, and you can make a damn good income here. So, any questions?
Are they doing away with SNA, or why are we taking that out from Agent Accelerator?
Yeah, season new agent actually went away. Geez, after conference, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Didn't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah, we got rid of season new agent a while back. The focus is 5K a week. So when we switched the focus to 5K a week, they moved it over. They took out the season new agent. So if you guys need to schedule some time with me, vhillteam.com. Passcode is Thrive 2025 with a capital T. Choose me as your mentor or whoever your mentor is, right? And then there'll be a link that says schedule time with me. Okay. That gives you guys whatever my availability is. And then if there's not a time that works, guys, just text me and say, hey, let me know if if you got 15 minutes or something like that. And please extend us some grace. Every evening, basically after 5:30, we've got baseball going on or something, right? So 5:30 Eastern, I'm pretty much not available to meet on Zoom. I can talk to you on the phone. Ask Julia. She 3 times she told me yesterday, your headphones are on the table. Make sure you get them before you walk out the door. Your headphones are on the table. Make sure you get them before you walk out the door. She grabbed them for me. I still had them at the game just in case I needed to talk to one of you guys. Okay. So,
And also during games, Michael is keeping score, so he's on his phone and has do not disturb on. He uses the game changer. Well, our league uses the game changer app. So if he's getting text messages from agents or I mean family, friends, whoever, it's on do not disturb till after the game. So you are more than welcome to text me, WhatsApp me, or any of that because I'll be sitting right next to him and I can ask him the questions and get you guys all the answers or pointed in the right direction to wherever you guys need. Or I can probably jump on the phone and walk you through whatever you need.
perfect, perfect insight. And then, if you guys get a chance, make sure that you guys welcome Mandy on the new agent. As a new agent, she is on the WhatsApp. She will be joining us next week. She had some other things going on today, but she did pass her test last week, and we got her welcome graphic out. So,
And now
and
we
she,
have 2 people that were in our wedding on our team. Yay.
yep, we do. You're right. I didn't think about that. Yeah, so two
Brenda
from,
and Mandy.
yep, two on the, and I think we'll have one more too, but we'll keep that one under wraps for the moment. So. All right, guys. Any other questions? No questions? None? All right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. No one? All right.